Kaspa's scalability milestone over 1 million daily transactions. Let's kick things off with some raw performance data. Just yesterday, Kaspa recorded more than 1 million transactions. That's an achievement that neither Bitcoin, Ethereum, nor any of the legacy chains have been able to match within a 24-hour period. Pretty impressive, right? This incredible feat is made possible thanks to Kaspa's block DAG architecture. With parallel block production, multiple blocks can be created at the same time, which helps avoid those pesky bottlenecks. And with sub-second finality, transactions confirm in under a second. That's critical for real-time applications, wouldn't you agree? Now, let's talk about ultra-low fees. We're talking micro fees that are just fractions of a cent. This enables micropayments and high-frequency use cases. It's a game changer, especially when you compare the cost of transactions on Kaspa versus other networks. When networks need to handle massive amounts of data, think IoT, micropayments, gaming, Kaspa's throughput really stands out. This real-world scalability is more than just a talking point. It's live, it's measurable, and it's growing every single day. So, as of early August 2025, Kaspa is trading at about 9.9 cents. That's up around 6% over the past week, but, interestingly, it's down about 9% in just the last 24 hours. We're seeing a trading volume of $147 million and a market cap sitting at $2.63 billion. Now that recent pullback, it's really just profit-taking, not a sign of weakness. Think about it. Early adopters who got in near 3 cents are up over 300%. Even at 9.9 cents, Kaspa is well above its critical moving averages, especially the 50-day, which is sitting at 8.5 cents. And hey, those volume surges you see? They usually happen when the price dips, which is a classic sign that savvy traders are accumulating. This kind of volatility isn't a flaw, it's actually an opportunity to buy strength instead of chasing after peaks. One of the most interesting things about Kaspa is that, even though it's a top 100 coin, it's still not listed on Binance or Coinbase. While a lot of altcoins get big pumps from exchange listings, Kaspa's absence from these giants actually has some benefits. Without the typical retail FOMO, early backers have the chance to quietly build their positions and accumulate more. By avoiding hype cycles, there are no sudden listing-driven dumps. Instead, price action actually follows fundamentals. Kaspa is forging relationships with selective exchange partners, specialized venues that offer deep order books and dedicated liquidity pools. So, when those major listings do arrive, probably sometime between the fourth quarter of 2025 and the first quarter of 2026, we could see a tidal wave of institutional and retail capital rushing in. If you're serious about uncovering the next big crypto gems, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to TJ Crypto World, and let me know in the comments. Are you ready to buy the dip at 9.9 cents? Kaspa launched in mid-2022, which was honestly one of the darkest bear market periods in recent memory. A lot of projects either die off or just drift away. But Kaspa not only survived, it actually thrived. We're talking robust developer activity, with over 200 contributors on GitHub and weekly protocol enhancements. Community governance, means decentralized decision-making through the Kaspa proposals process, which really helps keep everyone aligned. And when it comes to real-world integrations, early partnerships in gaming and tipping platforms are already showing Kaspa's utility, even when the market's down. Projects that can weather bear markets often end up outperforming in the next bull run. Kaspa's track record, honestly, suggests it's built on a solid foundation, not just hype. So, today there are about 697,000 wallets holding KAS, which is up 120% since January 2025. And get this, 21 wallets each control over 100 million KAS, which really points to some serious whale conviction. This whole distribution picture is super important. A strong base of small holders means retail adoption is driving organic growth. On top of that, whale support matters, since large holders often bring stability by accumulating during pullbacks and not selling off early. Healthy decentralization is key too. Even with whales in the mix, no single entity controls a majority, so network decentralization is preserved. And when whales quietly accumulate during dips, it often signals that a significant breakout could be on the horizon. Okay, so on the daily chart, we've got an ascending triangle forming between 9.5 cents and about 10.5 cents. The 200-day moving average is acting as support down at 8.5 cents. The RSI is sitting near 55, which means there's still some room to rally. For entries, you're looking at that 9.5 to just under 10-cent range, so buying the dip or waiting for a breakout retest could be solid strategies. Now for your stop, you want to set it at 9 cents, which is just below the triangle base and the 50-day moving average. For targets, target 1 is 12 cents, which lines up with a prior swing high, and target 2 is 15 cents, a nice psychological level, and also matches up with the Fibonacci retracement. If we get a real bull case, you could see 20 to 25 cents on sustained volume after listing. The risk-reward ratio here is 2 to 1 or even better, at least for those near-term targets. And hey, if Kaspa breaks out above 10.5 cents with conviction, you could see a 50% or more move in just a few weeks. So, Kaspa's block DAG, this stands for Directed Acyclic Graph, actually tackles 3 of the biggest challenges in blockchain. First, scale. By allowing parallel blocks, it boosts transactions per second without sacrificing security. Second, finality. You get sub-second confirmations, which is perfect for things like commerce, gaming, and IoT microtransactions. Pretty impressive, right? So, when it comes to security, the DAG structure actually makes 51% attacks exponentially harder than what you'd see with linear chains. And if we look at transaction speeds, Bitcoin averages about 4 to 7 transactions per second, while Ethereum, before sharding, handles around 15. But Kaspa's unique architecture can handle thousands of transactions per second, which really positions it for real-world adoption. Recall how Bitcoin traded at pennies in 2010, or how Ethereum debuted near 30 cents in 2015? Early holders saw life-changing returns, Bitcoin above $122,000, Ethereum above $4,800. Kaspa's current price, just under 10 cents, is really just a fraction of that early phase. If Kaspa captures even 10% of Bitcoin's trajectory, we could see prices north of $1 to $2 in the medium term. Factor in token unlocks, exchange listings, and ecosystem growth, and Kaspa's runway is honestly enormous. Kaspa's unique combination of massive transaction throughput, bear market resilience, community growth, and whale accumulation really sets it apart in a crowded market. Now, as we await those major exchange listings, it's worth considering strategic accumulation at current levels. If you missed Bitcoin or Ethereum's early run, Kaspa might be your second chance. If this deep dive gave you clarity on Kaspa's potential, please like, subscribe, and comment. What's your Kaspa price target for Q4 of 2025? 15 cents, 20 cents, or maybe even beyond? Let's discuss. Next up, don't miss our analysis of Kaspa's top 3 use cases from gaming to decentralized finance. Click here to watch now. TJ Crypto World, where deep insights drive smart decisions. Trade wisely, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.